When we teach children about food, they understand where it comes from and how it impacts their health and the environment. But how can schools, parents, caterers and government work together to deliver food education and healthy, sustainable meals for every child? And if this is not a priority now during a health, food poverty and climate crisis, then when will it be?
Food education is absolutely critical now more than ever with all of the challenges we're facing and we're going to face. We need to know where food comes from and how to cook it and how to eat it. For children in disadvantaged areas, that's even more critical because they don't always have access to vast amounts of food. They also may not have the cooking skills at home, so they may be eating a lot of processed food and developing that taste for kind of high fat, high sugar, high salt food at home.
Governments have to take into account that this is a lifelong commitment for schools, and it's a lifelong issue for the kids and their parents and the community. And so they need to find ways to make these things sustainable. They need to encourage caterers and food suppliers to invest in this, invest in changes of practice and reward them for doing that. And they need to bring in legislation to make sure that every kid has the right for a balanced nutritional meal when they're at school, and breakfast clubs as well. I mean, at the moment, the schools and people are fighting to have breakfast clubs during school holidays. I mean, why would anybody object to that in a way? You despair sometimes, I think, at the lack of joined-up thinking when it comes to food, health, education, sustainability, climate change, biodiversity, etc.
Your question about having the child feel that they have a valuable meal or feel valued. If we go back to the government funding, especially for universal and for free school meals, it's just gone up from £2.30 a meal to £2.34, 1.8%. That's the first rise in 7 years. And that's going to be the big challenge over the next few years with school meals, is the ability to continue providing quality, healthy meals, knowing that the government doesn't really want to increase the funding, knowing that living wage is going up on average 6% a year, knowing that food prices on average are going up 5% a year.
Hi Nicole. One of the reasons why food education is not delivered in some of the schools is that because it was rendered as a no man's land area.
And also it's not monitored by Ofsted, which is the main problem. So this is what we're trying to campaign for, is that when Ofsted go onto a school premises, they look at what they're feeding the kids and they look at the education. A school should be rated on that as much as they're rated on their performance in maths and English. So that is key as well, is having an evaluation system which currently doesn't exist.